Alright, well, the Ruthless Ranter is not happy today. And let's get right into the show because this is the part that really pissed me the hell off. So we have Goldberg coming out to cut a promo here. Oh, I apologize too. Again, once again, a late review. Who the fuck cares? I care about this thing, though. Goldberg comes out, and everybody's, saying, oh, the ending. At least the people who said the ending was great, at Survivor Series were like, oh, well, it's just, to build on the next show. And or whatever in the future to build on a future match. And I said that was dumb as fuck because you don't use the main event of Survivor Series to build up to something greater, because the main event of Survivor Series or the main event of a pay-per-view should be where the climax of a feud takes place. You have another fucking 3 hours of Raw to build up to a future match. So Goldberg comes out and basically says the feud is over, so that's great. Like I said, years of building up Brock Lesnar into this beast incarnate character is now ruined. It ruined in a minute. I mean, how sad is this? So I'm very pissed off at this company right now because of that. I mean, they've taken something that, one of the only good things in the company, Brock Lesnar, a great persona, a great character around him, a legitimate badass, and they've just fucking ruined him. Gets beat by a 49-year-old grandpa in fucking a minute. I mean, how lame is that? So he comes out there and he says thank you for, thanks guys, thank you to my family, the most generic babyface promo I've ever seen. Yeah, you're welcome, Goldberg, for watching that fucking terrible ass match at Survivor Series, a giant waste of time. Actually, it wasn't a giant waste of time because it was only a minute and a half. So then he announces he's in the Rumble, which, again, is not a bad thing that Goldberg's in the Rumble. I mean, I like Goldberg. I think he's an entertaining guy, but the way they're treating him and the way they're handling him is just fucked up. And I wasn't happy that they announced that because now that means the Brock Lesnar thing's over. And that means Brock Lesnar now has been ruined. So I was not happy with this opening promo. Then we have the New Day defeating Cesaro and Sheamus. I don't get this. Once again, the New Day is using heel tactics to win. Are they trying to turn him face? I don't fuck or heel. I don't doesn't look like it because what they're doing is babyface things. But they have now used heel tactics to win. This has to be like the second time in the last month. I mean, this company just what they do makes no fucking sense. So they use heel tactics to win. It was actually a cool move, in this match. Cesaro catches Kofi coming off the top rope and does his, I believe, that backbreaker move or whatever, or the power slam. I forgot, but that was a cool ass move. But it was a mediocre match. Tag team matches nowadays aren't that good. I don't know if they were ever good, but they're definitely not too great now. It seems every fucking one of them sucks. It's like 99 out of 100 are just terrible. So 2 out of 5 stars. Then we get the Cruiserweight match, and I didn't bother writing down the names because I don't even know a lot of the names, but 3 minute and 10-second match. I mean, come on. And the last match too was 8 minutes and 20 seconds. So they actually gave that a decent amount of time with this one. This is why the Cruiserweight match is in the shitter. Same thing with the Divas too. They don't give them enough time. 3 minutes and 10 seconds. It was a short and boring match. They gave it a half star out of 5. Then we have Jericho and Rollins coming out to cut a promo. I keep saying these two guys carry Raw. And they you could always really count on these guys to be entertaining and funny, and they proved my point here. I mean, they are saving Raw from being an absolute just terrible show. They actually it's like they're actually a diamond in the rough. Instead of being a terrible show with nothing good on it, it's a terrible show with one good thing on it at least. So they come out and cut a good promo. It was funny because at the start they are arguing, and just Jericho is so fucking funny. I mean, they're interviewing him backstage and they're like, with the list of Jericho, it has all my deepest and darkest secrets in. I mean, how fucking funny is Jericho? And then they're cutting a promo together and they act like they're hating each other and shit, and it's funny and shit. And then at the then they say, well, there's one person to blame. They both say Roman Reigns at the same time and hug. I mean, how great was that? That was fucking... I really enjoyed that promo. And then we get a brawl, of course, between between Reigns. Reigns, of course, once again, gets booed. I believe it was between Reigns and Rollins and Owens and Jericho. So, yeah, really good promo there by Jericho and Rollins. Enjoyed that. Then we have Rusev defeating Enzo, and the show got really great there for a second, and then it just dropped right back down to the shittiness it always is. A 1 minute match where Rusev defeats Enzo Amore. Terrible fucking match, 0 out of 5. Then we have the Club defeating the Golden Truth. It really surprised me that they actually gave this match 6 minutes. And I think that the Club is now going to face the New Day next week for the tag titles. I think that's what they were saying. This was just a boring jobber match. The fact that this match is even on Raw is beyond me. The fact that the Golden Truth is on Raw every motherfucking week is beyond me. I mean, it just makes no sense that jokes of a tag team are actually put into these matches every week. I mean, it's terrible. It's a disgrace to wrestling that we got to watch this shit every week. Two fucking crazy idiots going out there rapping every week. I mean, it's just terrible. So that sucked. 0 out of 5 stars. And I think this was actually the third longest match of the night. The Golden Truth, third longest match of the night. Are you fucking kidding me? Get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. Then we have Strowman defeating Sami Zayn in 4. This was also another thing that really pissed me off. So you have Corey Graves, who's the heel commentator, saying that Foley, did the wrong thing by putting Sami Zayn in this match. So Mick Foley, who's supposed to be the babyface, puts Sami Zayn in the match, and he's like, he's high-fiving Stephanie Bex. I mean, I thought he was supposed to be a babyface, and then Corey Graves is actually being more like a babyface than Mick Foley is, saying that I wouldn't even have punished Sami Zayn like this for losing. It's just, this probably happens a lot during Raw. I just don't catch little things like this because I'm hardly, this show forces me not to pay attention too closely because I cannot focus that strongly for that 3 hours. So I'm sure this happens a lot more than I catch on. But this just proves again how just dumb this fucking show is. So, it's like you're watching the show, and you hear the commentators. A lot of times, again, you just tune them out because you don't really give a shit about Raw because it sucks. And then you hear Corey Graves, who's supposed to be the heel commentator, sometimes saying, that the heel went too far. No, you're not fucking supposed to say that. You're supposed to side with the heel all the time. JBL did the same thing too. I don't know why they tell them to do that. It's like, when they're cheating, like, you shouldn't be doing that. What? What the fuck are you talking about? He's a motherfucking heel. Of course he should be doing that. And you should be siding with him because you're supposed to be the heel. So, and also, too, you get Mick Foley coming out and saying, stop the match, guys. Stop the match. We can't have any toughness. Nobody's tough anymore. Everybody's a pussy now in this day and age of the PG era. Stop the match, guys. I mean, 4 minutes into the 4-minute match, this whole match was a clusterfuck. 0 out of 5 stars. Fuck them for just calling the match. Stop the match. So then we have a Sasha, and also, too, if they're going to stop the match, they better not have Sami Zayn there next week either. To fucking, because if you're going to stop the match and Sami Zayn just all fine and dandy, it's like I don't know, he'll probably be there next week. This whole fucking segment was a clusterfuck. Then we have Sasha and Charlotte cutting a promo. So you get Charlotte coming out there talking for like a minute, and then Sasha interrupts her, comes out, wants a rematch, and then all of a sudden Nia Jax comes out. And Nia Jax, we really haven't heard her on the mic. Holy fucking shit. She, like at least with Braun Strowman, when he talks and just how the way he handles himself, he looks like a fucking beast. He somewhat of a beast. He talks, he seems tough, at least compared to Nia Jax. Now Nia Jax is talking in this really high voice, and she's just talking normally, and you could really tell she's just reading off a script, and you could really tell that she doesn't seem tough whatsoever. And, you know, again, this is Nia Jax. Again, why is she in this company? Oh, because she's related to The Rock. You know, fuck The Rock, because, you know who we have to thank for The Rock? The fucking MILF, Nia Jax, who's fucking fat. Fat as fuck. I mean, holy shit. I mean, she wears all this huge amount of ring gear, too. It's like, holy shit. She's fucking ugly as hell. She's not as bad as Tamina though, but she's fucking ugly as hell. And then you got also Roman Reigns to thank for The Rock. So then you get Bayley coming out to save. Sasha Banks, and then Bayley doesn't even get in the ring. Like you come out for the save. You're supposed to like get in the ring and start beating people up, not just stand outside the ring like a fucking coward. I don't know. That kind of looked dumb. And then as a result, you know, I'm thinking, oh, okay, we're done with the Divas now. Thank God. Oh, we're back from break, and they decided to have a Divas tag. Oh, fuck. So that's what I was thinking. So Banks and Bayley defeat Charlotte and Nia Jax in just another boring and short match. Again, 4 minutes and 40 seconds long. 0 out of 5 stars. Like I was saying at the beginning of my video, they don't give these matches enough time. I mean, you cannot expect your division, your cruiserweight division, or your Divas division to be good if you're only giving the matches 3, 4, 5 minutes. Then you have Swan winning the triple threat match. So that's great. We now have a fucking gay-ass motherfucking dancer as your number 1 contender for your cruiserweight title. Yeah, you know, I can't handle this. I can't fucking handle this motherfucking show anymore. Yeah, I can't handle the shittiness. I can't handle the shitty decisions that these creative teams keeps fucking, you know, throwing my way. It's unbearable now. So yeah, I can't handle this. So this was a short, shitty match, triple threat match, 4 minutes and 20 seconds long. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Give it fucking 10 minutes, make it a good match, but no, we gotta limit it to 4 minutes and 20 seconds. I gave it a 1.5 out of 5. I mean, I just can't take it anymore. Oh, I can't handle it. Can't handle it with these short fucking matches anymore. I mean, they're just ruining Raw. They're ruining the fun of Raw because and then when you watch the pay-per-views, they'll give them 15, 20, 25 minutes, and the matches will be, it's night and day. They'll be so much more better. Why don't they do that for Raw? Then we have Owens defeating Rollins in a good match. It was 15 minutes and 20 seconds long. You know, you got a couple of good spots. I have a few things to rant on, but a couple of good spots. You have Rollins jumping off the railing. That was a cool spot. Power bomb through the table. But also, too, I'm watching it. And I'm timing it with my clock, you know, my phone, so I can see the time. So they have a break, a commercial break, 1 minute and like 20 seconds into the match, and so I stopped the clock because commercial breaks don't count for the match times. So I stopped the clock. I'm like, okay, resume it at 1:20, and I'm like, okay, now we're going to see a full match. I assume normal commercial breaks, but no, another commercial break. So I stopped my clock at 4 minutes, and it was like 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, I think. So they come back from commercial. Then 3 minutes later, they have another break during a fucking match, during the main event. That pissed me again, another thing that just pissed me the fuck off. I mean, just no respect for your fucking fans right there. And like I said, these commercials in between the matches really disrupt the main event, or disrupt the matches. It really disrupts the flow of the matches. Another reason why pay-per-view matches are much better than Raw matches. And another thing I didn't like, well, Jericho was supposedly banned from ringside, but he came down anyway. Like, I don't know, that didn't really make too much sense. So, I gave this, nonetheless, I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars because I enjoyed the wrestling. Good match. So, we'll see. You know, they better, you know, they should be punishing Jericho next week. I don't know. I haven't watched next week. I'll see what the fuck happens here. But yeah, overall, this show was not terrible, thanks to Owens, Rollins, and Jericho. The only 3 talented people on the fucking show. I mean, everybody else and everything else really sucks. I mean, I'm not saying everybody else is terrible and not talented, but it's just, because you could argue that, these writers are setting a lot of these people up to fail and not giving them legitimate opportunities and holding them back. I'm sure that's happening, but what I'm saying is the only three good people on this show really are Rollins, Owens, and Jericho. And also with Rollins, I mean, holy shit, have they ruined him. As a babyface, he's fucking the most generic ass babyface I've ever seen. I mean, you can't get more generic than that, unless you buy fucking generic cereal. I mean, holy shit. He used to be a good promo as a heel, cut good promos. Now, I mean, you compare him to some of the greatest baby faces of all time. I mean, The Rock had a personality, a unique personality. Stone Cold, unique personality. Rollins, the most generic ever. I mean, holy shit. Again, this is probably a result of the creative team just holding him back. Not giving him. They probably write out all the scripts for him because we got to micromanage every fucking thing on this show to make it more fucking shitty. Yeah, let's not try changing things up, but like let's not try emulating what we did in the Attitude Era, which was like guys do what we want, and oh holy shit, the ratings went through the roof. Let's just micromanage everything. Like that's gonna do it. Yeah, how's that going for you, huh? Ratings are in the shit. Nobody fucking likes this show anymore. So there you go, people. There's your fucking Raw review, and I can't handle this. Can't handle this. Can't handle this fucking shit any fucking longer. So there you go, people.